back to Port Arthur Independent School District meeting, March 27, 2025. First on the agenda, we have public participation, which we have none. Next will be staff reports, Dr. Porter. And let the record show that Mr. Brandon Bartee arrived at 5:45.
Okay. Thank you, President Lofton. One thing that we just want to remind everyone is that our STAR test season will begin on April the 8th with English 1. So we want everyone to be reminded and be cognizant of our students. Take very good care of them, treat them well, make sure they get a great night's sleep, because our testing will go through the month of April. So we want them to come to school ready to learn, in a good mood, not hungry. I mean, just have slept all night long and ready to test. So we're excited about this year and we're ready to begin. It's here now. So here we go. Ms. Lott?
For the month of March, we have had a lot of media coverage, as you can tell from this title page. One of our librarians was featured on Channel 12 News at Daybreak prior to Read Across America Week to let audiences know what PAISD was doing throughout the district to celebrate Read Across America Week. Our career fair that we hosted yesterday evening was on the news last night. I actually saw it in real time. Our PAISD alumni, Caitlin Gardner Sr., who is a new Justice of the Peace, has started a judicial academy, and that was reported by the Port Arthur News. We had 3 different articles in the latest edition of the Beaumont Business Journal. There were 2 articles about Wheatley School of Early Childhood. One of their business partners financed, and another business partner constructed a new covered walkway for the campus. And also the fact that Dr. Porter is on the incoming board of directors. And we are starting to do student and staff spotlights. So we have one teacher at Memorial High School to start the series off, and her name is Jennifer Gonzalez. So that's on our YouTube page. We had 20 observances for the month of March. And when we do our observances, we like to feature photos of our students and staff rather than like stock footage of random people, so that people can recognize their students and their students' teachers and relate more to our graphics. Here are some more of our March observances continued. International Women's Day was March 8th, and then Texas Public Schools Week. And for spring break this year, the elementary campuses engaged in a spring break challenge with having the students complete and pass lessons on iReady. And I'm assuming that whichever school had the highest percentage won the popsicle party, but I don't know what school that was. So here are some pictures from Read Across America Week, Dr. Seuss's birthday. A lot of activity across the district, and everybody, including our superintendent, was in on the fun. The top left corner, we have some students showing their solar system projects and science awards. Our third quarter report cards were issued. We had students who completed the second phase of Camp Seaport. On yesterday, several of our life skills students were able to visit the rodeo at the South Texas State Fair, and they had a good time. You can tell from the pictures that the campuses have posted. You can tell from the videos that were posted as well. Our life skills students at Alpha, they have been learning how to cook. I remember in the fall, I believe they made pizza. And so this particular picture in the bottom left corner, they're making breakfast. And DeQueen Elementary, usually you see campuses celebrating perfect attendance, report card grades, or AR points. DeQueen actually celebrated CBA scores with their students. Wilson Early College students attended the annual Women in Industry event this week. And they had a lot of nice activities. I even saw pictures where the girls were receiving makeovers in addition to networking with industry professionals and reviewing resumes and practicing interviewing skills. We have a student author at Travis Elementary. Little Miss Aubrey Nichols has co-authored a book that is now available on Amazon. And the book is about her adventures around our city with her grandmother. So we are very proud of that. We had 7 of our CTE auto collision students and 6 welding students who attended the UTI Top Tech Challenge, and they won over $21,000 in scholarships. And we are proud of these kids, but it's also, you'll see in one of our upcoming student spotlight videos, they are very proud of themselves. And there will be a presentation at the campus, so we will cover that as well when the students will be presented with their scholarships, and that's coming up next month. We have had some UIL literary criticism wins. This was at a meet at Sabine Pass, and we also had youth and government students that have been doing well at their conferences. And youth and government just received a big grant from one of their business partners and the YMCA to go to their next conference. Some of ours, I think this is Wilson's Fitness Club, participated in the Mardi Gras this year. The second picture, this is the teacher who we did the spotlight video from the first slide. Her name is Jennifer Gonzalez, and she is a 2025 Riyadh Award winner. So it's a very extensive application process. There are multiple pieces to it. It's very hard to be awarded this, and her award is $10,000. Wilson's Maritime Club was able to visit the San Jacinto Maritime Technology Training Center. We had students from Memorial 9 who went to the Student Exposure Expo, and one of our students placed in that particular event. The bottom left is Thomas Jefferson's Culinary Arts After School Club. We have students from the CTE building who are still taking and passing those parts to the real estate licensing program. So here are some new students who have passed their exams. We have a student who has been named a Coretta Scott King Champion of Excellence winner, and this is from the Martin Luther King support group from Wilson Early College student. We named our 2025-2026 Teachers and Rookies of the Year. We posted those announcements on social media, and we also posted some of the surprise looks on their faces when they found out that they won. And we made the bottom left corner our new banner pick on our Facebook because that is the cutest group hug picture. Mm-hmm. Something that I thought was very cute and something new, Adams Elementary had a fundraiser where they had a stuffed animal sleepover. So the students, it may have been like $1, the students paid $1 or whatever the fee was to have their stuffed animal spend the night in the school library. So the campus took pictures of all of the fun that the stuffed animals had during the slumber party. So as you can see, they were on the computer, they listened to music, they read books, they played games, and there was even some videos where the campus had the animals moving around kind of like puppets doing little activities, and they posted the video so that the children will see what their stuffed animals did at the sleepover. A lot has been going on with all of our sports teams. Our auxiliaries have named their new 25-26 rosters. Track and field is in full bloom, and we hosted the Titan Relays last week. Softball has started. Our baseball team has been winning I think it was last week. They played Beaumont United on Tuesday and Friday, and they won both games. And our powerlifting team, we on these pictures, you see that the media team is producing a video featuring the girls powerlifting team. Our spring tennis teams have been having some good meets, and we have been posting those results. We had one student, Michael Riles, was named to the memorial, the Whataburger Super Team. Uh, and so that was covered by the Port Arthur News, and they came during the track meet to present him with his award. And I believe he's 1 out of 40 athletes named to the team out of the state of Texas. So that's a huge accomplishment. Um, some people didn't know we had soccer, and our soccer team made it to the first round of the playoffs this year. Unfortunately, in the second round, they didn't win the second round, but they did make it that far, and we're still proud of them nonetheless. And today we just posted an update to our middle school soccer team schedules. So we do have girls and boys soccer, middle school and high school. And then we had several of our basketball players who made all district teams, and we had 2 that made all region team. For our Lady Titans, we had some that made all district. And what I thought was particularly very nice to recognize, they had an academic all district roster, and we had several students that made the academic all district ladies basketball. Adams Elementary has started to highlight their boys and girls basketball team players. I don't know if it's on a daily basis or every other day, but they've started doing these little highlights for their students. And I know the kids enjoy that because I'm pretty sure they like posing for these pictures. Everyone, they have a different pose, and you can tell that they're kind of like imitating what they see the high school kids do in their sports photos. Our tennis team has a fundraiser that will be ending on April the 1st, and we have been helping them to publicize that. And these are some of our community engagement initiatives where we have been promoting and supporting what's going on in our community. Our PAISD Retired Teachers Association donated books to Travis Elementary. Our band is going to have pajama practice tomorrow night. And it's not just for kids in the band, it's open to anyone to come and watch the band practice in their pajamas. If you would like to wear pajamas to the practice to watch in the audience, you can, but it's not required. But it is open to the community for students who are interested in band or people who just appreciate music in general. Our Flames participated in Lamar's health fair. They were one of the featured guests that performed during the health fair. We hosted a blood drive in the administration building before spring break, and we actually set a record for the administration building because we were able to get 16 units of blood donated. So that's a record for us. Some of our senior girls participated in the Delta Sigma Theta Cotillion. We are having our Founders Day, our Port Arthur City Council of PTA's Founders Day program and luncheon is going to be tomorrow at the Courtyard Cafe. We had our top teens. They went to a conference in San Antonio, and most of these kids are our students, and they won some prizes. I know one of them was for the newsletter or communications or something. And one of our Wilson students, Otis Washington, was elected as the top teens area president at that conference, and that was in San Antonio. And so they will be going to another conference in New Orleans pretty soon. Our Weldon students made a return trip to the livestock and rodeo show this year in Houston, and I like how they dressed the part for that. The drill team is having a spring review on April the 12th, and we've been helping promote that so that they can sell tickets to that fundraiser. And project graduation dates and times and location have been announced. We are still moving forward with our 70 is the Standard campaign, and we have been putting our bond social media campaign out to the public as well. We will have our first community town hall meeting this coming Monday, March 31st at 6 o'clock at Strong Tower Church. And so we have been posting these different graphics every night, and we'll continue to push that social media campaign moving forward. And this is our media summary of a lot of accomplishments from our alumni. One alumni was named the new Public Works Director for Beaumont, the city of Beaumont. We had two Lincoln alumni. Well, that young lady graduated from Thomas Jefferson. We had two Lincoln alumni who went to the military and are now NJROTC instructors, and they happen to meet up at as some type of NJROTC competition and recognize each other. So they sent us the information about that event. And then the band has started doing their own alumni spotlight. And this particular alumni is actually a surgeon now. One of our alumni has been named Teacher of the Year for her campus at Beaumont ISD. Keandre Jones, who you remember from setting the track and basketball records, is still doing well at Lamar Port Arthur. And our Wheatley Wheatley School of Early Childhood principal has authored a book that is also available on Amazon for just $1. And then we remember our former employees who have passed away since we last met.
Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Lott. In addition, we would like to announce that the Port Arthur Independent School District will be closed on Friday, April 18th for Good Friday. The original schedule stated that we would be closed the Monday following, which would be the 21st. However, due to the snow days that we incurred, that will be another makeup date, the 21st. So we will have only the Friday off and return on Monday.
Dr. Porter, I do have something I want to mention and highlight. I think it was really good to see, of course, how we supported on social media the soccer team. I think it would be a great opportunity for us to keep that steam going on behalf of the soccer team by inviting them to our next board meeting along with their families to recognize them. I don't know how far our soccer team has gone ever before, but soccer is a sport that is indeed a hard sport to play, and I think that it definitely deserves recognition, just like basketball and football. So I think it'd be great if we can invite them to our next meeting and recognize them for getting as far as they did.
And we have talked to the coach.
That's good. Thank you.
Yes.
Could I ask a question? Dr. Porter, could you or staff provide the names of those two books whenever you get a chance that she mentioned? She mentioned the elementary student as a co-author, and then the last.
Principal? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, definitely.
Could you-
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't I just get copies
That's,
for everyone?
that's even better.
Yes, we definitely want to support our student and our staff, so we'll just
Excellent.
get copies for you,
Excellent, thank you.
definitely. Yes. No, that concludes, okay, that concludes our things.
I
We'll have minutes.
scratch that one off.
Consider and if appropriate, approve the minutes of the February 27, 2025 Bond Board of Trustees meeting. Do I have a motion?
So move for approval.
Second.
Motion was made by Gordon R.C., second by Mr. Getwood. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Consent agenda. The following items, which are of a routine or recurring nature, have been designated consent agenda items by the board president per policy BE local. All of the items in the consent agenda will be acted upon by one vote without being discussed separately unless requested by a trustee. In which event, the item or items will be withdrawn immediately for individual consideration in its normal sequence after the items not requiring separate discussion have been acted upon. I'll give you a minute to look at items 1 through 14. Okay, I need a motion.
So move for approval. Of the consent agenda items 1 through 14.
Motion was made by Ja'Cory Narcisse and second by Ms. Diane Brown. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Next we have personnel. First one we'll have consider and if appropriate, approve employment of teachers.
So move for
No
approval.
No teachers, we don't have teachers, go ahead and start
Oh,
with
no,
social workers.
okay. So consider and if appropriate, approve employment of social worker.
I move, consider,
Yeah, need a motion.
approve employment of social worker.
Second.
Oh, go ahead.
Motion was made by Ms. Diane Brown, second by Mr. Dr. Brown. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed? Consider and if appropriate, approve employment of teachers.
Non-renewal twice, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, consider and if appropriate, approve non-renewal of probationary employment contracts. Need a motion?
And I motion that we approve.
Second,
the
second.
non-renewal.
I know, second.
The next one is the non-renewal. Okay, consider and if appropriate, approve proposed non-renewal of term contracts. Huh?
There's no teacher.
Oh, I need a motion. Okay, need a vote on the.
For the employment of
probationary
the,
employment
it's a
contract.
social worker, right?
Social
No,
We
this
did
is
the social
probationary,
worker. We did the
employment
social.
contracts.
We're on the second one.
Need a vote, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
On
Mr.
the
Gill.
non-renewal, okay. Did we approve the employment of the first one?
We didn't have.
Okay,
No, we didn't have
have
any.
any teachers.
We don't have
Any
any. Oh,
teachers. We
okay.
started with social work.
Dr. Brown, you made the second for that one. Dr. Brown second the,
Non-renewal.
yeah, the non-renewal. I second the social work.
All right, all right.
The social
We're
worker,
good.
we did probationary.
Lord Jesus, give us strength. Robert Woods Water Training tomorrow.
Consider if appropriate, approve proposal, non-renewal of term contracts. Need a motion?
I motion that we approve. the
Second.
non-renewal.
Motion was made by Ms. Brown, second by Dr.
Brown.
Brown. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
All opposed? Consider and if appropriate, approve return to probationary status of employment contracts. Need a motion?
So move.
Second.
Motion was made by Dr. Brown, second by Jacory Narcisse. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Consider and if appropriate, approve renewal of probationary status of employment contracts.
So moved.
Second.
Motion was made by Mr. Getwood, second by Dr. Brown. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Consider and if appropriate, approve renewal of 2-year employment contracts for professionals. Motion?
Approve.
Second.
Motion was made by, Ms. Brown, and second by
Mr. Getwood.
Mr. Getwood. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Consider and if appropriate, approve renewal of 2-year employment contracts for administrators. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion was made by Mr. Getwood, second by Mr. Narcisse. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Consider and if appropriate, approve 1-year employment contracts for professionals.
Administrator. I think you just.
That's for professionals. You just gotta-
Oh, so you going back to
The bottom. Need a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion was made by Mr. Getwood, second by Ms. Brown. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Information, average daily enrollment, 8,065, average daily attendance by month, 91.8.
We call for adjournment at 6:54 p.m.
So moved. And second.